Yeah, and I'm not playing along.
Why? You think that members of Congress should own stocks?
Why shouldn't members of Congress own stock? It's the most transparent fucking body on earth.
I think that
every fucking word is published somewhere. Every word that's said.
That if you have
oh, he's such a scumbag. I mean, oh, come on, dude. How are you gonna fucking defend insider trading of congresspersons? Like, I mean, obviously he's a scumbag. He sent dick pics to a 15-year-old and went to prison for it. But on top of that, this is like a bridge too far for me is when he defends. He went from, sexting a 15-year-old aside. How are you going to defend congresspersons doing insider trading, sir?
The charter of the Student Association of Plattsburgh State says that the president who's elected gets to choose a vacancy and has to get ratified by the Senate, right? So the president was Christine Slobin, and she chose someone, not me. And I'm like, that's not fucking fair. I was the next person votes, so I lobbied all the members of the Senate to reject her appointment.
Oh my God.
And they did.
And she was your first enemy in politics.
And she said, all right, fine. Who the fuck wants this job? Fine, you can have it. Uh-huh. And then I made the rest of the Senate miserable the rest of the time because I was constantly complaining.
So you love the game.
I got a taste for it then in college, yes.
Okay, and then you worked for Chuck Schumer.
I did.
In D.C. right afterwards. Uh-huh. And that was kind of was he your first mentor in politics?
Yeah, first and only, really.
What did you learn about how politics actually works?
I learned a couple of things. One, I learned the combination of the inside-outside game, and I also learned that relatively few people run Congress. That there are 435 of them, but there's really only a handful that actually do a lot of the work, so that you actually can really influence things a lot easier than people might think. Like you run for Congress, if you can figure out the 25 or 30 people that get shit done, you can really get a lot done.
And who are those people?
Sometimes they're staffers to committees, sometimes they're members who are super insider kind of people, like, Nancy Pelosi knowing.
It's crazy that this guy is still trying to run for office after going to prison for sexting a 15-year-old, by the way. Like, what the fuck? Dude, American politics is so busted that, it is actually, it does blow my mind. Like, going on a comedy show is one thing, right? With, Adam fucking Friedland. But, actually having the audacity to fucking run for Congress after all of that is wild. Do you mind elaborating? I feel like you should lead with that. Is all of my chat 20? Do you guys not remember when this happened? This was kind of a big deal, man. Guys, I mean, Adam is going to touch on this in a little bit, but why do you think it's a scandal? 2016 election, Hillary Clinton. What do you think the scandal was? He already mentioned that he went to prison. He just dropped it in there in the convo earlier. I guess a lot of you were very young. Yes, I literally am. Who the fuck is this guy? Okay. Anthony Weiner was married to my queen, Huma Abedin, who is now married to Alex Soros, George Soros' son. But before my queen, Huma Abedin, was known as Huma Abedin Soros, she was married to Anthony Weiner. Now, why is Huma Abedin relevant to the story? Because Anthony Weiner, aside from being a congressperson, was important to the subject of the 2016 election. Important quite a bit, as a matter of fact. Okay? When Huma Abedin was married to Anthony Weiner, she also was Hillary Clinton's top advisor. And his sexting scandal broke out. His sexting scandal, sending obscene materials to a minor, broke out. And in the process of his in the process of the sexting scandal that broke out, there was a laptop that was recovered by the FBI. It was, I believe, a laptop that he had used that Huma Abedin had also used. At the time, the FBI director was Jim Comey. He famously came out after shutting down the initial Hillary Clinton investigation. He came out again with another announcement literally a fucking week before the 2016 election and relitigated the email scandal and reminded everybody by getting up and saying there is a second investigation that is being conducted into Hillary Clinton because of the fucking laptop that he had used, that Huma Abedin had also used. Nothing came of that investigation that tied it back to Hillary Clinton. But the fact that he brought it up might have played a role in Hillary Clinton losing the election. A lot of liberals don't remember this and don't talk about this because they present Jim Comey as a hero. You're conflating two different stories. The dick pic shit happened in 2011, not 2016. No, the dick pic happened in 2011 with what was her name? It was another girl. But there was a second scandal. The first scandal was in 2011 where he famously sent a dick pic to what was the girl's name? It was a of age person. I mean, there's I think 3 sexting scandals. Yeah, 2011, Weiner uses public Twitter account to send a link to a photo on YFrog. The picture of his erect penis concealed by his boxer briefs was sent to a 21-year-old female college student from Seattle, Washington, who was following his post on the social media website. Though the link was quickly removed from Weiner's Twitter account, screenshots of Weiner's original message and the photo were captured by a user identified as Dan Wolf on Twitter and subsequently sent to blogger Andrew Breitbart, who published him on his big government website the following day. That was the first scandal. That was actually a very famous one. Okay. Later, that blew the fuck up. But afterwards, there was a second scandal. The former congressperson announced his return to politics as a candidate for mayor of New York City. He soon became the frontrunner against Democratic primary opponent, City Council Speaker Christine Quinn. More pictures and sexting allegedly by Weiner were released to the website The Dirty in 2013. Okay. That was the Sydney Leathers scandal. That was the other big one. Okay. The Sydney Leathers scandal, I think that was where he called himself Carlos Danger, if I'm not mistaken, or was that the last one? But the finale, if I'm not mistaken, the finale came with the 15-year-old. The 2016 one was with a minor. 22-year-old unnamed woman with whom Weiner had contact in late 2012 and as late as April 2013. More than a year after Weiner left Congress, the woman's identity had yet been confirmed. At a news conference the same day, his wife, Huma, by his side, Weiner responded, "I said the other texts and photos were likely to come out, and today they have." He also said he would not drop out of the mayoral race for the election in the city of New York. Okay? Now, the last one is the one that was consequential for the election, and that's this. Anthony Weiner released from prison after serving 18 months for sexting a teenager. That is in 2019. Okay? No, you're mixing up with Elliot Spitzer. Elliot Spitzer had sex scandals as well, but Elliot Spitzer also had much better politics than Anthony Weiner did. Elliot Spitzer... and his sex scandals, I believe, was just that he was hiring prostitutes. But the reason why that came, I think if I'm recalling correctly, the reason why Elliot Spitzer's sex scandals actually became known was because he was very aggressively pursuing a lot of major financial clients in the New York area. Like, he was actually trying to litigate. He was actually trying to prosecute a lot of big players in the New York finance scene. And that's the reason why the major high-end escort service, the DC Madam leaks, took place. Anthony Weiner sentenced to 21 months in prison for transferring obscene material to a minor. September 25th, 2017. All right, let's keep going.
Nancy Pelosi was going to be someone early on. Like, I supported Nancy for whip and majority leader and whatever else.
You
so
know,
like that kind of stuff.
She's like a real wolf of Wall Street.
She
really knows how to pick them.
She's very good. She's
incredible at it.
She was very good at her
investing.
job. She was very good.
No, I'm just
that. I didn't.
She's unreal.
Yeah, but people have
How
money.
the hell does she know what stocks to get behind?
A lot of people are rich. Yeah. Are you not familiar with that? Like,
I'm
a lot of
making a
people-
joke about how, like, you